Hey students, how you doing? Welcome to the week of April 16th. I hope you all have filed your taxes, or if you don't have to file, I hope your parents or relatives have filed their taxes because tomorrow is tax day, April 17th this year. They extended it 2 days because normally tax day is April 15th, as you know, but because it fell on a weekend, they gave an extension to the 17th. So just as a reminder, friendly reminder, if you haven't done your taxes, or if your family members have not done their taxes, today might be a good day to do that. So a lot of things going on here at the end of the semester. We've got roughly 3 weeks until the end of the semester, 3 complete weeks. And so it's going to be a very busy time as we wrap up this semester. I can't stress enough to be vigilant, to stay on top of your assignments, to not let things go, because letting it go a week or two before the end of the semester can really be detrimental to your grades. I see it almost every semester where I'll have a few students or even one student that was doing okay. You know, they might have had a B or C and they quit doing their assignments, or they just kind of checked out and it dropped to a D or F, and it could be very detrimental very quickly to your grades if you check out. So I need you guys to hang in there, be productive and proactive about getting your assignments done for just the short remainder of the semester, and then we'll be through with this semester and on to summer and fall. Speaking of which, this week is fall priority registration. Last week we took advantage of summer registration. If you still are interested in registering for summer classes, please email your advisor to discuss your options with that. If you're one of my advisees, please contact me to discuss summer registration options. We can still have a conversation about summer classes and planning for those. But for the time being, we are registering students for fall. You being a current Wayne student entitles you to priority registration. And I know you might not think that's a big deal or think that that is something that you need to be proactive about. But trust me when I tell you that classes do fill up every semester. I see it once again every semester that students need a class and it is full, and you might have to take an alternate class or take a schedule that may not be your preferred schedule. So with you having the option to take priority registration, it gives you that advantage of being able to pick and choose the schedule you desire that most closely aligns with your preferences. So take advantage of that priority registration. Get in touch with your advisor, and let's go ahead and get you set up for fall. That way it takes the stress out of having to worry about registration for fall at a later date and then having to have slim pickings on what's available. All right, so just to talk briefly about our work for the next week. I know last week I didn't send out a video. We had just come back from spring break, and so I sent out a text email instead. This week I did want to send out another video just to communicate to you a few things. Mainly when it comes to our work for our business law seated class, those students, we had a conversation in class today about our plan going forward. And basically for this week, we're going to be working on chapter 24. We are watching a film, and if you were in class today, you know what film we were watching. And we've actually discussed different industries throughout the course. We talked about the healthcare industry. We've talked about the finance industry and the housing industry. And so now we're having a discussion about the food industry and relating that to ethics and law and business practices. So good conversation pieces coming up in business law seated class. For my principles of management students, just briefly want to take a look. I believe we're on chapter 14. So let's take a brief look at the schedule. And let me zoom in on this real quick. And yes, we are on chapter 14. So we will begin lecture on that tomorrow, the 17th, and wrap up on the 19th for our chapter 14 coursework. And we actually have only 3 more chapters with the final exam covering these last 4 chapters. And that is it as far as our coursework is concerned, outside of your normal assignments that you have on the chapter by chapter basis. For the online students in the business law one, your schedule should not have adjusted at this point. It's business as usual when it comes to your schedule. So at this point, this week, you should have already done Chapter 24 on the 13th, and by working on Chapter 25 work. And then you will have about a week off before Chapter 26 is due, followed by 27 on the 30th, with your final exam being due on the 2nd of May. And so, coming to a close quickly, we see in these classes. All right, 2 more classes to discuss very briefly. My Business 230 students, my Small Business Management students, this week's assignment deals with the marketing plan. And so you are going to discuss different facets of how you would promote or create awareness of your business. And social media, as I mentioned in the description, is a part of that, but it's not the entire piece of it. You want to also consider trade shows, conventions, flyers, guerrilla marketing on the ground, business-to-business connections, memberships, other organizations you can join. Chamber of Commerce is a good example. So things that you can do to enhance awareness of your business or create marketing. Another good idea is sampling, where you will provide samples to people. So anyway, that is your assignment for this week. It's not a very difficult assignment, but you do need to put some thought into it. And lastly, we have the students that are in the Spring 2 Intro to Business class. And this week's assignments, let me pull up the calendar. Let's see. Course schedule. And we are almost at the end of this class also. And so today is the 16th, and as you can see, Chapter 11 work is due, followed by Chapter 18th on the 12th. Chapter 12 on the 18th, pardon me. And then Chapter 13th on the 20th, with test number 5 being due on the 23rd. And so that is your assignments for this week, followed by next week's assignments into the final, which covers Chapters 14 through 16. So you guys do have some work ahead of you, but once again, we're marching very steadily towards the end of the semester. All right, guys, I'm going to keep this video brief. Just wanted to remind you once again, take advantage of the registration. Stay on task when it comes to your work. Don't hesitate to reach out to me if you have questions about anything. We want you to be successful. We want you to stay in school and continue your path towards your degree. And anything we can do to support you, just let us know, okay, guys? All right, well, enjoy some sunshine. Take some sinus and allergy pills as I've had to do because the pollen is still bad. But get outside, enjoy some weather, feel great. The semester is almost over, and I appreciate you, and I'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.